Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader. Someday I may or may not change the number of years in the title. It's a Monday. Welcome back, Rob.
Thank you, thank you. Good to be here.
Today's scenario is one from, I've immediately forgotten which journal it is. What is it, 3?
Three, I believe. Yeah.
Sounds right.
J-37.
And it's called J-37 Tretten in Flames, not to be confused with Hatton in Flames. Perhaps they were trying to go for a nomenclature thing there, but I say that, and I don't remember when Hatton in Flames came out. Probably mid.
That well after Journal 3, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So clearly, ASL has a very limited number of titles that they can use, and we are constantly experiencing the lack of originality in that field. So this scenario takes place, as you might expect, in April of 1940. We're ever so close to the invasion of the Low Countries in mainland Europe. However, we still have some travel destinations to visit. So Tretten in Flames takes place in Tretten, Norway. It is, interestingly, it is a British versus German scenario, one of the first that we've seen so far. Granted, there was a couple other ones, but it was typically like a mixed setup. So this actually is just the British. The only real important thing to remember with it being the British is that it's a whole bunch of new counter colors, but more importantly, the first line squads do not cower if they roll doubles. So elites and first line don't suffer that penalty with the British, which is rather nice. Um, Hopefully, it won't bite me in the butt too much.
Mm.
But other than that, the Germans are attacking a village. They've got there's quite a few interesting things about this scenario. So we'll try to get through this rather quickly here. EC is wet with no wind at start. There is ground snow that is in effect on level 0. So all of your normal terrain, whether it's T6, T7, I9, J7, E6, etc. But it is deep snow on hill hexes. Doesn't matter which hill hex we're talking about, it is deep snow there, which hopefully won't cause too many issues with regards to like going into Q8 and so on. Alpine hills are in effect. When we look at the Alpine Hills rules, just to make sure everybody's on the same page here. So Alpine Hill option. This is what is it, B10.211. Uh, Basically says that instead of treating hills as a series of plateaus, it's constantly rising and rolling terrain. So if you want to simulate that style, you would apply Alpine Hills, and you allow equal elevation hill hexes to block LOS through them. So what this means is you can't have M6 look into K5 because equal elevation hill hexes block LOS through them. Similarly, I3 can't be seen by F4, etc., etc. Now, to look over this, you do need to have still a height that is over the obstacle. So I have a gun that gets this set up on a specific hex. It cannot move, but because it is a higher hex than just about everywhere else, I think the only equals are N5, N4. I should be able to see everywhere, on this upper section of the board and onto board, 8, with no real issue. Um, what else do we got here? So, unit always requires height at least equal to the height equivalent of an obstacle to see past it. Therefore, a unit on level 1 hill hex or on the first level of a building is high enough to see over ground level woods or any other level 1 obstacle. It is also high enough to see over a wreck, AFV, or half level obstacle at ground level and thereby negate the effects they exert on same level LOS. Um, yeah, B10.22 is actually more about rules in general. Alpine Hills is just 2.11. or 0.211, I should say. Anyways, so that's basically the Alpine rule. You can't see through same level, which is important if you want to try and get some distance on this map without getting shot at. All buildings are wooden. Prior to setup, the German player, myself, had to pick one building hex, 3 hexes from 15K10, that is where my sniper is currently, and place a blaze counter in each location of the selected hex. You'll note, for viewers here, that means that there's a blaze hex on each level of the building in K2, as that's the one I selected. I was actually thinking afterwards, there's probably a couple other options to choose from that might be worth considering for people. J2, just because of the extra level, so more flame chance. Although I don't think it really matters because it can't spread. Maybe extra flames or whatever. But also H9, I thought about it afterwards. I thought H9 would probably have been a good choice as well. But either way, I will have to live with my choice. Orchards are not in season, again, because it's April. And that is something that scenario designers need to be aware of. Grain is open ground, so no plowed fields. The German SIG-33, which is the infantry gun here, can't change location, so I can't move it whatsoever. I can turn it, but that's about it. And all British units set up in concealed terrain, or setting up in concealment terrain, may do so concealed. OB given question marks are meant for use primarily as dummies. So something for me to worry about when I'm running around. ELR for the Germans is 3, SAN is 2, and the Brits are an ELR of 2, SAN of 3. So we'll see how ELR messes with everything.
Gross.
Anyways, I think I've talked enough. Victory conditions, provided the British amass 11 or less CVP, the Germans win at game end if they control 20 or more building hexes on north of hex row O. So hex row, everything to the right of this hex row is north. So I just 20 hexes shouldn't be too complicated. And hopefully I've talked enough to influence the random number generator so that when I roll for weather, I will get 12. Ah, dang, I wanted 6s. I can't imagine how rolling 12s to start with and getting gusts and just blowing up a building would... that'd probably be a do-over, I think.
Yeah. Start again.
Yeah, just you know what? I killed 4 squads or whatever. Let's do this one over. Rally phase, I have no actions, so if you have any, Rob, please take them. Otherwise, I will go to prep fire phase, and there's no reason not to start prep firing. The question is where. I do have smoke, which is very interesting for this size gun. I forget that it has smoke. I do have heat as well, which I would have to look into just how effective it might be. Might be good in buildings. I'm not 100% sure. But I will take my chances here. I'm pretty sure I have a height advantage enough for the gun in Y6 to shoot into O10. So I'll just roll and we'll see what we get here. O10 is clear because of the height difference. I am looking at charts. Where are my charts? There. Ordnance to hit. Germans use black to hit numbers. I am shooting at infantry, or otherwise other, because I don't know what's there. I rolled a 3. Concealment is a +2, and building is a +2. There's what are the modifiers here? What was the range? Range is 10, so I'm off by 1, unfortunately. I did not get rate of fire either, which is to be expected because it has no rate. God, if only one less, that would have been nice. And I don't think there's any way for me to increase that, so we're not going to worry about it. Movement phase. So one thing I'm just going to try and get through here first, just so I kind of get this early and don't forget it. So skis. I have one section of units that have skis. they are currently wearing them. So skiing is considered a form of infantry movement. A ski pays no extra, a skier, I should say, pays no extra MF due to snow or drift, and pays normal infantry movement entrance costs. You can't enter rubble, building, pillbox, vehicle, entrenchment. You don't get shell hole bonus, nor can a skier cross a cliff, hexside, or move beneath a wire counter. You have to change into foot mode if you try to get into those areas. You can bypass, and if you're under wire counter, you can return to ski mode. What else do we have here? Extra MF bonus for exclusive use of road does not apply to a skier. Makes sense. We can worry about downhill stuff if I do any downhill stuff, but I guess like the basic thing to keep in mind is you pay normal infantry movement entrance costs due to snow, right? Like you don't pay any extra. So does that mean going uphill with these guys is the regular 2 and not 3 for deep snow?
Regular 2, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I am going to CX them. I forgot to conceal them. They should be concealed. My bad. I'm going to CX them. Doesn't really matter, I guess, because they're only one group. And then let's try to get them moving here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 into O2. That's done. I'm gonna mark my gun so I don't do any shenanigans with that. And now let's see if we can get some actual shenanigans here. So V10, I'm going to have the stack split into multiple groups. One unit is going to use bypass in U10, U11, or I guess U0 for 1, because it's ground snow. Then bypass into T1, T0 for 2. 3 into S1. 4 into R1. And then 6 into Q2.
6 Q2, okay.
No shots, no nothing?
No nada.
Alright, well, I will enjoy my guy retaining concealment. I'm then going to do similar. So bypass 1, bypass 2, T0, T1, 3 to S1. 4 into R10. 5 to Q10.
5 to Q10, okay.
And 6 to P10.
Sounds like fun.
Alright.
6 to P10. 6 to P10.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have... can I don't know if I can do that. 1, 2, 3 into S1. Oh, I can, actually. Cool. 4 into R1. 5 into Q1. And 6 to P1.
Okay.
All right. I'm gaining ground. This is, I'm feeling pretty good about myself so far.
It's logging through the snow.
That's right. All right, let's see here. I'm going to have the stack in V8. I don't think anybody will see them. They'll go to U1 for 1.
Okay.
T7 for 2.
Carry on.
S8 for 3. And then I'm going to late CX 5 into R8.
5 into R8. Okay.
All right. How do I... Okay. We're going to declare CX with the group in W9. V1 for 1. U9 for... Or, sorry, U8 for 2. 3 into T8. 4, 5 into S9. 6 into R9.
Okay.
7 into Q9.
Okay.
And then I'm going to split the stack. Have them continue for 8.
They continue for 8. Okay.
Still nothing?
Nope.
I'm making great progress. All right, this is great. I'm going to have the last stack will declare CX. They will go to U10 for 1. They will bypass T10. And then to get to S1, that will cost an extra. So it's 3 anyways to get there. 4 into R1.
4 into R1. Okay.
5 to Q1.
Yeah.
I will then split the stack. And they will continue to P1 for 6. And then into O2 for 8.
O2 for 8, you say. Okay. They lose concealment?
I guess they'll lose concealment.
What do we got? Leader and friends.
So an 8 up 1. 5 on 8 is probably a 2 check. Leader is fine. One squad breaks, and the other is fine. So just the guy with the LMG, which is a little pretty unfortunate, actually.
I'm not buying this whole unfortunate angle you're pushing here.
Honestly, I like my guys with the LMGs. I don't want those guys to break. I'll take anybody else.
Right. Well, British
also,
don't cower. So we'll take the second movement point and shoot again.
I should hold on. Just give me 1 sec here. My ELR is 3. That was a that was a 2 morale check, and it would be -1. Let me double check to make sure that's actually 2. 5 on 8, yeah, it is a 2.
5 on the 8 is a 2 check.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll ELR, because it would have gone down by 1, so it'd be a 1 check, and that's still over it. So
it's a 12, yeah.
Well, 4 up 1 is your next attempt.
That's what I'm thinking.
Pin test check. Leader is fine, and squad is fine too. And you got 2 SAM checks.
2 sniper checks, right? 1, 2.
All right. Well, I will count my lucky stars.
Yeah.
And then the guy who did not continue with that group will go to P1 for his 6th movement point.
Okay.
And that is my movement. Defensive.
Okay.
I guess technically there is well, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Defensive is over. Advancing.
All right. Advancing. I kind of want to take some shots here, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to give that to you. I will try a shot back at your guy at 4 up 2. Dang. Definitely not. Is there any other shots I can do? Not realistically, but is concealment going to matter? That's the big question. Oh, you know what? I'm overthinking this. No, I don't need to. Nope, I'm good. I will end advanced fire phase. We'll check for blazes. So I'm going to do. I'll just get the fire chart here. So, oh man, we've got how many can spread? This is an important one. Is it just to the one it's most likely to go to? I don't believe so. No, that's if there's two, multiple. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna do the upper floor first, just for ease of use here. So it can technically spread to K3, but it's not connected. So I'm not. Oh, actually, no, that is connected. Never mind.
It is connected, yeah.
All right. So 2 dice. 7 EC is wet, so it's a -2. No way. Wooden building needs an 8 at the very least. So I need to roll 10. Then I will roll for J2. No. Ground floor. Now here's where there's way more here. So I'll just do clockwise. L2. Nope.
Oh, remember, in snow, it can only spread to a connected building location, right?
Oh, is that true? Okay. I didn't realize it was only. I didn't realize it was only connected. Where is weather?
Blazes will spread to adjacent hexes only if the connecting hex side crosses a building woods brush symbol.
Or if the
And
blaze is
brush
scratched
NA
by
and
gusts.
snow.
Gotcha.
Or gusts.
Okay. Well, then I'll just use that 5 for K3, so I'm not trying over and over and over again. J2. No. Cool. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. I was hoping maybe they would a little bit more spread action there. That'll be it for advancing, though. Routes. I do have one, and he's going to go upstairs, and the leader is going to join him.
Okay.
Because why not? The guy on the bottom is Siext. That should be it for routes. Advances. Do ski troops get to advance? Can advance one, subject to normal possibility of terrain restrictions. Okay, so I'll just have them go to N2. Everybody else. Now I got some hard questions to ask here. So I think... so the guy on the ground floor, O2, is going to go upstairs and join his broken guy.
Okay.
The guys in P1 are going to go ground floor, retaining their concealment. The 2 units adjacent to O10 are going to jump in. I'll just take the one CX off for now.
Shockingly, they are Fugazi.
You don't have to reveal yet. That influences other decisions here. I can use... I'm going to have... do I want one or both? You know what? Yeah. I'm just going to have... No, I need to clone this before I do something silly here. I'm going to have... Yeah, I knew that would happen. There. I'm going to have one unit stay on ground floor R8. Everybody else is going to go to level 1. I'm just going to remember he also is CX'd. And then... I think I'm going to send... Oh, you know what? No, I'll keep him there. I'm going to split the stack in Q9. One guy will go to P9. And the other will go to Q10. In this case, yes. And that is my advances. CC phase. You revealed your guy was fake. I have to reveal at least one thing to prove that they are not dummies as well. So there's a 8-0 there.
Okay.
Which you would have known because of the movement and all that, but you know. Huzzah. And that is it for my turn 1.
Okay, my turn 1. Okay,
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna do this.
Thank goodness, no gusts killing my guys.
Dang it! All I want.
And I have no rallies.
Change label to BVP. Or, whoops. BVP. I have one rally, sadly. I will get them back. Okay, wow. All right. That's change of piece. Usually I don't get those, so I'm all for it.
Okay. Moving right along to prep fire. We have no prep fire.
None. Okay.
No, we got no problem giving a little ground to you guys.
It is
No
20
problem.
victory building hexes.
Plenty of buildings left behind us.
You know, this is one of
We'll go
those
straight.
scenarios that kindling is allowed. You can always, if you wanted to.
If we burn the buildings, though, that doesn't help me.
True, but if you burn the buildings, then I have to use open ground to get anywhere, and I could see that being a legitimate tactic because 20 building hexes is pretty tough, and sacrificing, say, like these three to get all this terrain to shoot through, I'm I'm
Right.
willing. It's
Well, I'm
it's the
figuring
long
you might have
game.
done that work. You'll have done that work for me. Eventually.
Well, I gotta. Are you saying are you jinxing me to roll high during all my advancing fire phase?
I'm trying to put the whammy on you. Yes. Yes.
Damn it.
All right. I'll start with this cat right here.
Sure.
1, 2.
Sounds good. I only wish I could snapshot or something.
Yeah. 3, 4.
Sure.
All right. Next, we'll go to this guy here. And he will go. I gotta remember, where were the blind hexes? I don't remember.
I wish I could help you, but
Yeah, I
honestly, there's
have
a
a
lot of
feeling
them
you
that aren't.
don't wish any such thing. That's what I'm going with. Uh,
Well, I'd have to draw
what?
the lines to figure it out. I'm
Right.
sure you'll be
1.
fine there because of blind hacks. At least one
Yeah, that
hex,
one
right?
sure is mine. This is the one I'm not so sure about. 2, 3.
I'll let you have it. Maybe you'll move more guys in there, and I guess
Right.
technically I could string for LOS loss, but I'm not gonna bother.
You can. It's kosher. It's legit.
No, I'll leave you to your machinations there.
Whatever I'm up to. Unclear. Unclear what I'm up to.
That's right. Instructions unclear, please.
That's right. All right. These guys. 1, 2,
Sure.
3,
Mm-hmm.
5.
All right. Time to label them and see if there's a leader in there. No, you're good. You're good.
6.
Oh, you're gonna keep going further. Okay, okay.
Yeah, we're just in case you can see this hex.
Damn, I should have tried shooting.
All right. These guys here
Mm-hmm.
will go 2. They're in there.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay.
Those guys look pretty good where they are. All right. What do we want to do with these cataroos? What do you kangaroos want to do?
You're the British, not the Australians.
It's true.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We will. That's right. Soon. Soon. We will. These guys will assault move upstairs.
Okay, bold.
Will they assault move upstairs? That's a good question. Gotta take inventory. That might be a questionable decision. Could be questionable.
Well, if they normal move, they'll
Could
get.
be.
Actually, almost get spotted. No, they would. Never mind.
Yeah, I think we'll. Yeah, they'll do it. Why not?
So assault move upstairs. Okay.
So I'll move upstairs. As will their compadres on the other side of the building. Although, wait, this is a split level building, right?
Correct. So
Cool.
they would go up to. I believe they would go up
Right.
to
So
level
these guys
2.
right now are at the same level as these guys.
Correct. H5 and G5 are
But
not
there
the same
is
level.
another building level there, right?
So yeah, I'm not. When it comes to that sort of building type, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, under normal circumstances, like C1 has a level 2, um, right, and B1 would just have level 1.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. This has a stairwell, so it's got an extra
yeah.
level there.
So I don't know if
But
G5
it's a split
has.
level building, so ground level here is level 1 here.
Yeah. So the
Level 1 here is level 2 here.
so I that's the only thing I'm not 100% sure on, if a split level building has level 2 everywhere, and then this one will also have level 2, but
Oh,
we're
right. Yeah,
but
I don't think so. No,
but
I think
even if
it's
it does, the stairwell means you'd have to go into H5 to go upstairs to go into G5 L2, right?
right. Yeah. Well, L's G5 L0 and H5 L1 you can move directly.
Sure,
But the
sure.
only way to get upstairs here is the stairwell.
Correct. That's all I'm saying is you'd have to go to H5 first to go upstairs to then go back to G5. Which at that point,
Oh,
that's just
G5 L1 and H5 L2 are connected.
no, yeah. But I'm saying because I'm just saying if you want to go to a higher level in G5, right?
Right.
Then you'd have to go to H5 to go up to go back to G5 because of the stairwell. I already
Oh,
understand that
I
they're at
see what
level
you're
1.
saying. Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's no inherent stairwell in
yeah,
G5.
yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's
Cool, daddy.
let's see, what
Snug
is
as a bug in a rug. Is that what the kids say these days?
Yeah, he's fine there. He's fine there. All right, they move. All right, these guys did not move. But what are they gonna do? What are you guys? What are you?
The
Ghosts gonna
mischievous
do?
they. I can
Yes,
almost hear the
because
disdain in your
as
eyes.
I recall, this building is artillery bait.
I don't know about
So
that. Maybe
yeah, because
it's a lot of
that's a
distance.
level 2 obstruction, but you're at level 4.
Yes,
So
there's
yeah,
a
I
lot I
think if you're
can see.
only hitting the woods here, let's see. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So that's 15. So you're not going to make it to 20. So it's 3 extra blind hexes. So there should be 4. But then you have 2 extra levels. So there's only going to be 2. So you can probably see G2. That's bad. Maybe not F1, but G2 you're going to be able to see. So we're not going anywhere near G2.
What?
G2 is death trap. And
What?
H2 is probably equally high explosive.
I just don't want you to be mad at me if I can hit E3 on that upper board. If I can hit 8E3, I'm taking all my shots in there.
3.
Yeah, the back one.
8,
I don't
so
think I
8.
can. I don't think I could hit it, but it'd be funny if I could.
Yeah, I'm pretty safe over there.
I could probably hit
I
the
feel
upper
good about
level.
E3.
I could probably hit the upper level,
I
but I
feel
wouldn't be able
good
to hit
about
ground.
E3. I'm not sure I feel safe there. Not sure I feel safe there. Those, you might be dropping bombs on those. So we might be pretty happy where we're at. Just defending in a very stupid way, but whatever. Okay. I think that's it for movement.
That's it for
Defensive
movement.
fire.
All right. Well, I might as well try some shenanigans here. I am going to attempt smoke with my gun in H8. Or, sorry, H6. I don't know why I said H8. Um,
H6. Okay.
yeah, so I'll just put my
Is
counter
that down
there.
the spines?
Even if it was down the spine, there is a cliff hex side, so I can see through it.
I don't think it's not
Um,
down. This is
but
down
it's
the
not,
spine,
yeah,
so you're
it's, so
you're
it's,
off the spine. Yeah.
I don't have smoke. I'm one off, which is unfortunate. Um, and I'm not going to bother
You want to
with
roll again and try and break your gun? Just asking.
I could shoot and leave residual, but it's not moving phase anymore, so there's not much of a point. Is there any other defensive fire for me to want to do? Not particularly. Um, oh, I don't know if that would cause. I think it does, so I'm not going to, just to retain some more concealment here. So advanced fire phase, which presumably there'll
I
be none.
equally, I think equally blank.
But
Uh, route phase. I don't have any
oh
of that.
shoot! I just realized something.
Oh wait, advanced phase. I got to
That's
roll to light myself on fire here.
yeah. Let me just I
Something
just
wrong?
realized. Yeah, I just realized this. I don't know how I was looking at this building and I was like, oh yeah, stairwell, stairwell. I thought there was a stairwell in O2, but there isn't. So
Oh,
so if you'll pardon me, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move the broken guy and the leader that was with him. I'm gonna move him to O10 because they would have had to route. Actually, would that
right.
be their they could, yeah. So they would have had to route.
Yeah, here and here would be their closest, right?
Yeah, and they can't go into the woods because you would have seen O1. So sorry, but I feel stupid now. So they would have gone here to route, um, and then this guy doesn't exist at a higher level, but he will lose his concealment, or will not gain concealment or whatever. Um, yeah, my bad on that one. I kind of feel like a dork now for that.
No problem.
All right, now that's fixed. Okay, you may do your advancing the blazes and stuff.
Right. So I'll do upstairs, upstairs, downstairs, downstairs. How's that sound?
Sound good?
Upstairs.
That is a flame.
Flame.
That
Upstairs.
is not a flame.
Nope. Downstairs,
No,
downstairs.
so we have an upstairs
No
flame.
flame in K3. Right where my
K3
guys are.
upper level.
Gross. Very gross.
Well, you don't have to worry about smoke yet.
That's true.
That's the thing, I guess. Look, small, any, whatever you can get out of it,
That's right. All right. Advance phase. Where do I want those guys to be?
Right, no routes, advances.
Where do I want those guys to be? Probably want them to be right where they are. Oh, did you forget to move your vehicle?
No, it doesn't come in until turn 3.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Ah, see, I didn't put the reinforcement on the track and
You
screwed myself up.
you did, but I changed it because it was at the top and I wouldn't be able to see it if I was the way I'm zoomed in. So
Ah, I got you. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So then I just didn't move the reinforcement counter. That was my bad.
All right. So should these guys stay where they are? I guess they can stay where they are. He can stay where he is.
Oh, I have one building hex gained.
He's fine there.
Actually, 2, I guess technically.
He's fine there. Maybe, all right, let's, clone that. A little bit there. And then 1, 2, 3 guys. They will. Oops. Is that right? That is not right. One more. That's right. They will move upstairs. And let's see. Maybe, yeah, let's do a little shenanigans there. And move that guy goes to, that doesn't look right. They go to 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks should be right. Yes, 4 clicks are right, and then delete that, and we should be kosher business. Yes, okay. All right, that's them. He's good. All right, these cats, these crazy cats, what are they gonna do? I'm so afraid of H2. That gun is like terrifying. So
Fair
afraid
enough.
of H2. It's embarrassing how afraid of H2 I am.
I mean, to be fair, whenever it's very long distances, it's very tough to figure out what is in line of sight and what isn't.
Yeah. Yeah, with the, so let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 was row J. So +3 blind hexes. +3 -2. I think there would only be 2 blind hexes, and then you'd see G2, and you'd easily see H2. We don't want to die, man. Really don't want to die. But we also, want to do some reasonable job of interdicting your movement. We're
Why
just going to come
why
flying
die
around.
for Norway? You know, German propaganda is starting to seep in here.
Yeah. All right. They gotta do something. They can't just stay there. Well, why can't they just stay there for this turn? All right, why don't we do this?
I don't want to influence.
They'll move there. They'll move there. And then we nuke that. Okay. That looks fine, I guess. I don't know. Okay, that's it for advanced phase. Sorry it took 35 minutes to
Nah, no
move
worries.
6 units.
No worries, no worries. There's no CCs. We'll go to German turn 2.
No, wait, just gonna grow a little concealment there. Get carried away.
I will, because you're not in. Oh, you are in concealment train. Boo. Weather.
My
Dang.
cheerleaders are waving pom-poms.
That's right, that's right. All right, so.
Special balance provision. I get sniper on weather rolls, right?
If only, if only. I still wish that you could get snipers in the route phase. Because you do, if you're getting interdiction, you do have to roll for morale, right? So.
That's right. That's right.
So it's one of the weird, like, you roll for morales, but you don't actually do stuff. I guess technically rally phase, but whatever. I don't have any other rally phase actions to do. Presumably you do not either. I am going to... See, that's not a higher level, and that is a higher level. So that's kind of a bit of a pain. I'm gonna try my luck here. I'm gonna attempt a shot on E3 on the upper board. I really don't think. I think I'll clip it. So I think
3 upper board. So you're shooting here. You're saying?
yeah, but I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna aim for the upper level.
E3 L1. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the upper level.
Line of sight parlance.
So we'll roll it. If it's okay, so I do see level 1. I don't see level 0. Now, does that do anything? pretty sure it's not even a hit. What are we looking at here? 6. There'd be a +2 because I'm shooting at an empty hex, and then another +2 for nothing. Oh, you know what? That's a really. I would have had to declare area fire. Never mind. So I can't put the. I don't think you can put an acquisition if you miss because of the.
Because shooting at an empty hex, right?
So I know if you're shooting at concealed units, if you don't get a hit, you don't get a acquisition. But I'm not sure how that works against an empty hex. I think I think because it's an like a there's no known unit in there, I believe you'd have to declare area target type. And I didn't, so I'm not gonna bother with like change this and do that, whatever. That just seems a little too silly in the aftermath of everything. So that's that guy prepped. I don't think there's any other prep fire for me to do, unfortunately. Someone's not giving me any options here. Um, so I'll go to movement phase. In the movement phase, I'm going to lose a lot of CXs here, so I'm just going to do one squad to N2 for 2.
I'm sorry. Let me get my bearings here.
Yeah, no worries. Upper board N2.
There.
Yeah. Move there for 2, normal.
Okay.
And then into M2 for 4, normal move. And that will get me.
Into for 4, you say?
Yeah.
Right. He cannot see X.
Why would I CX it into a blaze?
Yeah, that's true. N2 for 4.
Correct.
Interesting. But we do have a hindrance, do we not?
That is a hindrance, yep.
So it's going to be +3, -1. +3, -1. Carry on.
So he is there. The other units in the stack will assault move to N2.
Okay.
Now, also, just to so I'm kind of shorthanding this a little bit. So the British don't have any hip units. So I'm just marking these as like gained as I get into the hex. Because you don't need to search unless there's hip units, right?
Right.
So, just in case anybody is asking or is wondering about the values there. The unit in Q2 is going to jump the wall for 2 into P1.
Jumps the wall for 2, okay.
And then into O1 for 3.
Okay.
And then N1 for 4.
N1 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's an interesting square, isn't it? Yeah. All right, continue.
All right. I am going to lose CX on one of the stacks up here. They are going to move to what is essentially ground floor Q8. Still level 1, obviously, but so
right.
they get there for 2, and then P7 for 3.
Remember, they're in deep snow now, so that's 3.5.
Oh, right. But they can't CX, so that's basically all they get to do anyways.
Got it.
All right. Now, these guys... I'm going to have... part of the stack in O10 is going to assault move to N9.
Bolt move to N9.
Yeah.
Ruby, okay.
No shots. All right. I like that. I like that. You were very worried about taking a shot here, so I'm going to have O10. I'm going to have the squad and leader go to O1 for 1.
O1 for 1, okay.
Into O2 for 3.
O3 for 3, okay.
Bypass. Do I want to bypass? No, that seems too silly. And then we'll go to N2 for 5.
5, okay.
What next? What next? P9 is going to lose their CX. They're going to go into O10 for 2. Normal move.
O10. Q10 for 2, okay.
Yeah, P9 to O10 for 2. And then they will continue to N10 for 4.
N10 for 4, okay.
No shots. I like that. I like that. The unit in Q10 is going to go to P10 for 1.
Okay.
O1 for 2.
1 for 2, okay.
They will bypass N0, N1 for 3.
Bypass 3, okay.
And then into M1 for 4.
M1 for 4. M1. Okay.
No shots. All right. All right. I'm liking this. The unit in R8 will go the long way into O10. So R9 for 1. Q10 for 2. P10 for 3. And then O10 for 5.
Q10. I'm going to string Q10 and see if I can see it.
Well, you'll have to reveal somebody.
I'm thinking about that. Thinking about that. Yeah, no, continue. Sorry to interrupt you with
No worries.
a brain fart.
Yeah, it's not a brain fart. It's a legitimate question. So P10 for 3. And then if nothing there, O10 for 5.
Yep.
Cool. And now my ski guys. My skiers have some interesting questions here about their capabilities. I might... Okay, so 1, they're going to lose CX. I don't have to worry about that anymore. They will go to M2 for 1. And presumably nobody can see a lot of the stuff that they do, so...
So far, yeah, nobody can see him there.
Yeah, so L2 for 2, K2 for 3, J1 for 4, I1 for 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they'll stay there. Yeah. Could have done that a little differently, but you know what? I think I'll live with it. Defensive.
Okay, let's see. Do we have any shots worth taking? Any shots worth taking? All right. The guys under the flame.
They'll
Shot 'em while I was
reveal.
moving.
Ooh, okay.
So we got 6.
6 up 2?
Up 2.
Yeah.
Well, we don't cower, but It's a miss anyway.
Hey, you're not full of non-cowering guys, so don't.
Not full of non-coward guys. We got a few. Got a few. All right. So this guy, no sense in shooting him. It's a terrible shot.
What? That's just what they
Eyes
want you to think.
upstairs. Who do they want to shoot at? I think we're gonna hit this woods, shooting at who we want to shoot at from anywhere. So
Hmm.
yeah, unfortunately, that's it for defensive.
Sounds good. Advanced fire phase. Maybe a 2 up 3. Obvious sniper bait there. Um. What the heck? Why not? M2. No. Dang. So that'll be it for advancing. We'll do flames and fire stuff. So we'll start with the flame, I guess. That will not turn into it. Does it? If it's no, because it's the EC counts universally, right? So I don't think it.
Interior building might.
It's not an interior though, because the interior would have to be like you'd have to be like if C2 and D2 and D1 were all building hexes, C2 would be considered an interior building hex.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I think no matter what, it gets the EC mod. Is there anything? There's no wind direction. We're not talking about higher or lower level elevations, so yeah, nothing to do there. So we'll do upper and then lower as you just like you did. So upper to K3, no, and then to J2, also no, and then the bottom floor to K3 is a spread. So we got flames on both levels now. I believe hampering is a prep fire action type stuff.
Yeah.
So in case that makes any changes to defensive plans here, especially since the flame doesn't count for either side. But if I capture K3 as an example, and then the blaze happens, I do still get the point.
The victory point, right?
Yeah, because the blaze is not associated to a side. If it was associated to a side, the flame, if it blazed, it would prevent me from getting the point. If it was my fire, and if it was your fire, it would give me the point. Anyways, weird stuff. So that's it. I don't have any routes, so we'll go to advance. In the advance phase, I'm going to take some risks here. So the gang in unconcealed gang in N2 is going to go to M2. We'll send the concealed guys in N2 to M3. The squad that was in M2 will go to L2. Try and
live in danger.
Hey, look, you can either shoot them or and get trapped or not, essentially. How do I want to organize that? So the guy in M1 is going to go to L1. Retain concealment because of the orchard. The guy in N1 will go to M2, Mike 2. The stack in N9 goes to M9. And that might be... okay, the ski guys all go up a flight, so they go to I2. Very important to note, they are now same level as H5, the level 2 guys.
Yep.
But because of Alpine Hills...
It is an Alpine... Yeah. Alpine Hill can't see through same level.
Exactly. So I'm a little blessed here. The guys in P7, if I advance to 07, that'll be 2 + 1 for elevation, right? So it'd just be 3?
Let's see.
Pretty sure.
Oh, it's 3. It's 1 hex side, right?
Do you pay the extra hex side on going up in elevation, or I thought you just paid the
We
for
pay
whatever
one
reason.
half movement point per hex side. I think that's what it says.
Re-
Period.
Regardless, so it cost me one and a. So it cost me 3.5, or do you double the hex side cost?
Yeah, so the three. So the plus one per elevation level change still counts, and then in addition, you pay an extra half movement point per hex side unless you're going woods to woods, building to building,
Right, but
rubble
it
to rubble, or plowed road.
is the half doubled. The only reason I'm asking is if my guys become CX or not.
Right.
Because if they don't double the
Right.
half,
Well, yeah. So changing elevation
because it's an extra, right? So do you
is that
double
plus
the
cost
extra?
of terrain or yeah? Let's look at what detail for hills
Elevation.
is. How do they word it?
Uh, During ground snow, you pay one extra per elevation, and then for deep snow,
Right. So movement factor cost of each full level higher elevation is doubled.
so it's an extra
So
per hex side. So do you double
yeah,
extras? I don't think so because their extras comes
yeah. I
afterwards,
don't
right?
I don't think that would be doubled. So I
Okay.
think it would be
Yeah, so I get there for 3.5 essentially instead of the extra stuff because it's doubled. So one up two for the elevation change, plus the one for
for
the snow, and then
snow
plus
and
half.
plus one half for deep snow.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'm there for 3.5, and then hmm, I think I'm gonna keep it like this. This seems to make the most sense to me right now. There is no CC. We go to British turn 2.
There's turn two. Wind change.
I'm not
No
gonna repeat that,
gusts.
but hey,
Kill all my
Rutin's in
guys.
chat.
That's good. Good. That's good. That's good. We don't want to die.
Just you wait.
Overrated.
Those blazes are coming for me.
Yeah, now they're coming for you. That's right. That's right. Because we're kind of in bug out mode, except for the guy that's kind of stuck. Yeah, the
Hmm.
guy that's kind of stuck. That was a dumb move. Should have got him out of there.
I mean, could be a lot worse.
Yeah. Right. And then the question is, do we want to go for casualty victory points and try to blow somebody up, but then be stuck in the building,
Yeah, and then
or
if those
just
turn
get
to
out?
blazes, they break. How is that going to affect
Yeah, then
routes?
just get out of Dodge and start preparing the Alamo.
I the only thing that I will say, and this is only for L3, that I say it, dash does exist. Would it
Yep,
change all
yep.
that much? I don't know, but dashing is legal
That's
from
right.
that specific
Dashing is
X.
a thing. Dashing is a thing. Okay, so I got nothing in the rally phase.
Okay.
Perp fire.
Yeah,
So the
which
question
perpetrators
is,
do you
does he
want
want to shoot or does
to?
he
No,
want to bolt?
you definitely don't
Right.
want
So
to
if he
shoot.
dashes, he's going to take
It would be halved.
4
So
down 2.
two.
That's gross.
It would be two. If you're thinking of dashing from L2 to J4 or K5, I don't know why. Depending on what hex you choose, right? Because if you're trying to go to K5, you do have an option between L4 and L3 or K4. God.
Right.
But if this guy's shooting at him, no matter what, it is halved because of dashing. So it'd be 2 firepower at most from that guy. I don't know if anybody else could see him because line of sight's really
Yeah, yeah.
wonky at this point.
Got
But
a tight line of sight. Yeah.
mhm. But at the
Got
very
a tight
least,
line of sight.
I can't do that much.
Yeah. Okay, so start with this guy. He's
For prep
going to
fire,
dash to.
so
Oh,
no
no.
shots.
No shots.
Okay, so movement
Well,
phase.
yeah. No shots. That's fine. This guy
Okay,
will dash to. Will dash to J4. You're gonna
Okay,
see
and then
them for sure.
yeah, going through K4. Yeah, if you're in, since you didn't prep fire, I will take the shot with L2. I don't know if anybody else can see it, so I'm just gonna shoot with L2. It's halved, so it's a 2 down 2. What is that? 5 on 2, which is a normal. Okay, well,
Gross. At
so
least we
he
didn't alarm.
breaks in K4 because that's technically where things go. Now I
Mm-hmm.
just see this is what happens, and I always feel bad because it's the choice between he stays around and shoots, and I give a different suggestion, and then that hurts.
Right.
It's like, well, I know it's a dice game, but
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't want chat to think I'm influencing decisions here,
Right.
like
Right.
making people make
Uh,
bad decisions.
okay, the guys in K3.
Yep.
Bypass for 1,
Sure.
2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm going insane. You're good. Can I potentially see that? No, definitely not. Could I potentially see it from an infantry gun? That's an interesting question. Also, probably not. You're good.
Okay.
Just you wait. I'm gonna try and shoot the upper level and have the roof collapse.
That'd be neat.
I'll get the critical hit, I swear.
It'd be so cool though if that happened. You'd kill like a whole crap ton of dudes. Okay.
Falling debris
This guy
is
here
wild. Yep.
will go. Let's see. What's he gonna do? 1, 2.
Okay.
3, 4.
Sure.
Salt move.
Mm-hmm.
Salt move.
Okay. Just the caterpillar defense there.
Yeah.
Everybody squeaks over 1x.
Salt move. That didn't work at all, and it's still not working. It's still not working.
It's
Still
okay.
not working.
It's okay. I'm not looking at the screen right now, so I don't see if there's anybody
They're
that
going.
gets
Yeah, I know.
unconcealed
Now
or whatever.
you know where all my guys are. It's fantastic.
Well, I can only suspect one more dummy counter, and I think I already know where he is. So everybody else, at least I know is real. But yeah. Whenever there's concealment counter shenanigans because of Vassal, I look away from the screen like immediately.
Gotcha.
Hopefully nobody uses that against me in an unfair way.
I think that's correct now. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. What do we want to do over here? You're trying to run. You're trying to run around the bend on me here.
What? No
You certainly don't
way.
want to allow any of those shenanigans to
No
happen.
way. I'm
We don't
insulted by
want
this.
those shenanigans to happen. So let's see.
I'm insulted you would make those assumptions.
Right.
They all had snacks for you. You can read them
Right.
bedtime story. No
This
longer.
guy will go bypass for 1.
Sure.
6.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Okay.
4.
Oh, sorry. When he gets to F6, I am gonna spot him from the gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Does that influence my shots at all? We will see. 447.
Okay.
Nah, you're good.
Fit for movement, defensive.
That's it for movement. Okay. Defensive fire phase. What do we do here? I have two options here. I'm going to try my hand at I'm gonna try the infantry gun against the guy that moved to E6. It should just be down the spine, and I cannot see it. That's unfortunate. Dang. Well, it wasn't anything anyways. At least I know where I cannot shoot. Is there any other defensive fire for me to want to do? Not particularly. Oh, you know what? So I don't forget, I'm going to, if nobody can see them, do they still lose concealment? Yay.
If they do,
I know if they reassemble, they lose concealment, but if nobody can see them, do they lose concealment anyways?
it's a good question.
All right. Well,
It's
I'm gonna
one of those, you know, sort of half remembered rules.
time for me to check the confusing table. Oh, again, chat also says this. What is the objective? What is the question? Question is whether or not assembling in non-concealment terrain out of LOS counts as a concealment loss action. I'm looking at the table here. Non-concealment case F. If it becomes broken, reduced, wounded, successfully searched by enemy, or dummy in a building successfully mopped up by enemy. So I don't lose concealment. Okay. Cool. And I can only do that because nobody can see them, because these guys are same level as the guys on level 2 over here. And everybody else is plateaued. Also, Rutan, to your question, the objective for this mission is the Germans have to control 20 or more building hexes on or north of hex row O, so to the right of hex row O. And right now, I've got 4, but technically I need to recalculate that anyway. So, all right. So yeah, that's my defensive. I don't think I've got any other shots. For fun, I'm going to shoot with M2 at your broken guy. I don't think I'll see him, but it's just the unconcealed guys. Wow. Okay. He does see him. It's a 7 flat. Well, at least you're getting a potential sniper out of it. 3 on 7 is a K2.
Where was this?
This was my guys on the upper board M2, shooting at your guys that broke during the dash.
Okay, so they're K2.
K2, yeah.
So,
And sniper.
all right, so let's flip them. Let's go half squad. Let's clone. Let's send them to the sin bin.
I never use the casualty man.
He takes 2 MC, right?
Yeah, 2 morale check.
And he, let's see, so that's a 10.
He's just eliminated.
He's also sin binned.
Yeah. And then sniper.
And then sniper for me.
Oof.
Oh, let's
Well,
pick somebody off.
Could be the gun. That's not going to be useful anymore.
Right, let's see. Direction distance.
1, 3.
Direction 1, distance 3.
S3. 1, 2,
There.
3, 4, 5.
So
1, 2,
let's
3,
see.
4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it has to get this
5.
guy. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it has to get N10. So you'll break a 447.
I'll take it.
Yeah, free break. Why not?
Free break? Yeah, I will be back in 2 seconds. Give me 2 secs.
Sure. Yeah, no worries. Other than that, that's pretty much it for defensive here. I could take a couple shots. I think these guys are fake, so I'm not gonna bother shooting. I'll probably split the squad or split the group and have one go in and then the others chase after or whatever. Yeah, you know what? I think I know what I'm going to do there. That is, I think that's going to be it for defensive. Yeah, so objective is controlling a bunch of buildings. Right now, I have these 4, so that's 4 automatic, 5, 6. Oh, you know what? Shoot, I need to... I forgot to grab this. That is a legal building. I did not count that. Let's get some overlays here so I'm marking this correctly. So that's 4, 6. 6. We'll put big counter. Big counter. Huzzah. Well, it's a good thing. Thank you, Ruden. I would have missed out on a point. Now I know I have to run a guy back there in 3 turns. Drop a mortar or whatever and run at it.
Hello, back.
Hey, welcome back. I was just putting some counters to denote which building hexes I control. And that was it for defensive. I don't think I have anybody else I can shoot at or that I want to give up concealment to shoot at. So,
Gotcha. Okay, advancing fire. I don't think I have anybody that survived that can see anybody. Har har har. Okay.
Well, you do get your chance to deny me a point here.
That's right. That's right. All right. So I'll do the same thing. So spreading first. Upstairs, downstairs. Upstairs, downstairs.
No. And then
okay. And then
so
flame to blaze.
Technically, I do think you can still
That still
hex
spread, right?
Yeah,
you
like
can get multiple flames. Right?
Yeah, so if you want to roll for them, I'm fine if you want to roll for them.
All right. So upstairs, downstairs, spread.
So
Upstairs,
one
downstairs.
does.
So a second flame upstairs.
So I'm gonna pin
existing
one.
Flames.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mark one pinned.
Gotcha. And then the existing flames to turn to flames upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, downstairs.
Off by one on both. Jeez.
I think they might both go. I don't think you apply the EC in a building.
Pretty sure you do, because it's not an inner hex. We were doing it for earlier. I'm pretty sure because it's not going down an elevation or higher, so it doesn't.
Right, that will be plus or minus 1, so they don't count.
Yeah. Example: spreading fire table. So flame to blaze DRM is EC, and then in building it says no B25151 B25151. A non-hampered flame may become a blaze in the advanced fire phase of every player turn, other than when it first appears, unless it was already extinguished or hampered during that player turn. A flame becomes a blaze by making a final die roll. So it is final. The spread number to the terrain in its location. If this final die roll is 2 or less, the flame is extinguished. This DR is modified by the EC DRM unless the flame is in a building. Wow. What then?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you apply all the modifiers and not connected and all that stuff to spread, but once it's burning, the EC doesn't count inside the building.
Interesting. That is very interesting. Well,
bottom are burning.
Yeah, top and bottom, huh? Well, don't need that anymore. Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, we kind of got out of there just in time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Although it can't spread out because of the snow. That once that building is burnt out, that's it.
Unless gusts.
Unless ghosts.
Yeah,
that's
gusts.
right. Which I didn't want. Until now. Now I want all the gusts we can get.
To go from K3 to H3, that's pretty risky.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd want that, but all right.
Yeah, really. Okay. That was it for advanced phase, right?
Correct.
Or advanced fire phase, I should say. Route phase. I don't have any. I think you have one from the sniper.
I have one from
Or is he in
sniper.
a building already?
No, he's well. I
Building.
mean,
Let's see.
I'm gonna route him anyways because I have the option. He's
Yep.
just gonna go to
Got it.
O10, and that is it for routes.
Okay. Advanced phase. Advanced phase, you say. I do say. I'm saying it right now. Alright, I think he's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. These guys, they should disappear, which is good. He should disappear, which is fine. Do we want to do any fancy footwork in the building? I think the guys in the building are fine. Okay. Okay, that's it for advances.
That's it
Close
for advances.
combat, concealment gain. I think the hero stack will conceal. And I think the little guy that you tried to kill will also conceal. That's it for my turn, sir.
Sounds good. Weather. Dang. I do
Close, so
get
close.
I do get an extra unit. Rally phase. I do have one
Gross.
rally to attempt. I'm gonna assume you'll see him. Whatever. Okay. Uh, what
Could he
is it?
not just go berserk? Couldn't he
My-
just go berserk and run to his death?
Well, he doesn't see anybody. Is the problem? So unless
That's true. Yeah.
can you? That's an interesting question I've never thought about. Can you drop concealment in response to a berserk trigger? Because it'd be really funny if you could, thus giving him line of sight on somebody, but it might be on like on an you have to know before heat of battle roll or something. Um, so the guy was broken, so he gets a +1. He's German. There's no other modifiers. It goes to a 7, so I miss out on hero creation.
Do battle hard.
But I do battle harden back to. Actually, I don't know if it was that guy that ELR'd. Actually, it wasn't. So I get a 467.
No, I think you just picked up an extra first line squad.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, I did have one ELR, so I'm back to normal. That's it for rally phase, I believe. We'll go to prep fire. In the prep fire phase, infantry gun is going to attempt a shot at C3. We'll make it ground floor. I don't think I'll have line of sight on ground floor, but just in case. So, huzzah! I can see ground floor. Okay, well,
Possible.
that is an impressive shot. 22. I need a 5 or less. Unfortunately, already the concealment will be enough, but to get rid of that. But I do have line of sight on that guy.
That surprises me a great deal.
I will
mistake.
I will take that. Because now you're just gonna be worried the entire time.
That's right. I'm gonna be like, really? He has line of how? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 67,
height advantage.
20. That's +4 hit. But that's +4 blind X's. That's impossible.
But you're 3 hexes away, so
All right, so there
Plus-
should be 5 blind hexes.
So it would go to B3 as a
-3 is
blind.
2, yeah.
and then
yeah,
minus-
Yeah, -3 is only 2. Bing bang. Okay. Okay, fine.
You do have a sand check though.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
neat.
yeah.
Okay, see what happens.
All right. Well,
Direction, distance.
I would love to get something different.
Direction 5, distance 6.
Five,
1, 2,
six. You're gonna
3,
break
4,
the
5,
gun
6. Is
unless
that
it's
gonna be the
equal.
gun?
1, 2, 3, 4,
1,
5. 1,
2,
2,
3,
4, 5.
4, 5.
So you can target
1,
07 or
2,
gun,
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
but the
Uh,
leader's in the house, so it doesn't can't target
yeah,
him.
so it's the gun it is.
Okay. I will take that. Um, we've already seen I need line of sight and a lot of luck anyways, so it doesn't matter. I will go to I'll go to moving phase. I don't know if I have anything else I can do here. So in the moving phase, I will take the opportunity to move the squad in L2 to L3 for 2 and get the building.
L3 for 2, gotcha.
Into L4 for 3.
L4 for 3, okay.
Into K5 for 4.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that, I think. You can, if the blaze is in the building, you can still bypass the hex, right? You just pay the extra for smoke. Or is it you can't enter a blaze
That's
hex?
right. Yeah, I don't think it's inherent terrain, right?
Let me see here. Because that's just the one thing I'm wondering about.
Blaze. Ground substitute illumination, napalm, now street, 25.1.
Because it says flame. It says blaze creation. Oh, infantry any terrain blaze must leave by the end of the next route phase or be eliminated. If you can't leave, you voluntarily break. May move into right phase accessible location. Any ground unit that enters a terrain blaze is eliminated. Yeah.
Right, phase, a non-pin.
The occupants of a pillbox are considered fully affected by any blaze in the ground level of its hex. Yeah,
any ground unit that enters a terrain blaze is eliminated, but what about bypass?
So, the way that the last sentence is written, the occupants of a pillbox, although in a separate location, are considered fully affected by any blaze in the ground level of its hex. I would assume that it means you can't do anything. You have to leave.
Yeah,
you can't enter because it doesn't matter if it's a different location. Which has been unfair, uncool, as some might say.
Although, yeah, if we blaze is also smoke, and that's inherent terrain, right? So that makes sense.
So I'm going to have the unit L1 go to K1 for 2.
K1 for 2.
L1 to K1.
L1 to K1.
Yeah.
We can make a free line of sight check if we reveal a real unit from H3, so we will do so. Nope.
Yep.
Can't see ya. And reveal real guy, there's a hero there.
What? Blasphemy.
Okay. Couldn't see ya.
Sounds good. No shots, no nothing. They will go to J1 for 3.
J1 for 3, you say? Well, that's a little more interesting, isn't it? J1 for 3. J1 for 3. So we will reveal one squad.
Sure.
We'll take the
4 down 2.
4 minus 2 at you.
Okay. 4 and 4 is a morale check of some sort. 4 and 4 is a 1 morale check, so he is not pinned.
Indeed. Okay.
And since he's now been given some extra life here, I will have him. Ooh, that's. If only all my choices were this easy. I have. I have the power to do many great things. I'll have him go to I1 for 4.
I1 for 4.
Yeah. That's my final answer.
Final answer, you say. See, I am not 100% sure we can see I1.
Yep.
In fact, I'm thinking we probably can't from there. So that means, do we want to shoot from El Sawera? Sawera. Probably do. I want to let you get through there. So the guys on level 1, oh boy, I'm going to string this. I'm going to be really upset if we miss. Here we come. All right,
sure you'll be
guys on
fine.
level 1. String arising. You there, right?
Oh, yeah.
I1? Yeah, they're good. Okay. So, let's see. What's the range?
Your guys on the upper level aren't concealed. I didn't.
Say again?
I didn't. Your guys in the upper on level 2, they're not concealed. I didn't get a.
Really?
I didn't get a look at them, but they're not concealed, so I don't know what's there. You can, instead of removing the concealment counter, because that kind of gives away the ghost. You can always right click and either select conceal or Control C, and it'll conceal your unit. If there's already a concealment counter on top, it won't generate a new one. It'll just force the concealment on that guy.
Okay. Yeah, every time I try the conceal button, I end up like duplicating everything 12 times. But
yeah, so if you select, so like if I select O10 as a group and you hit conceal, it'll generate one for each. But if
I see. If you only have the top one selected, I gotcha.
But if I delete it, if you look at the stack, only the bottom one lost it, even though there's still a concealment on there because of the way that it works. So another way you can fix it is you can, if you're selecting the concealment, if you use the arrow keys for the level stuff, you can bring it down and back up real quick, and it should reconceal, but apparently it did not. So anyways, it usually works. I don't know why it didn't, but trying to make me look like a fool here.
So we're going to take a 4 down 3 at you?
If you want to, sure.
I think I do.
They'll definitely break. But not enough for an ELR.
Just keep you from sneaking past there, though.
Sneaking? You know, you say such mean things about my guys.
They're Germans. They're intrinsically sneaky. In this war. One more. Okay. All right, continue.
Sounds good. I'm going to have one unit in the stack of M9 go to L8 for 2 normal move.
Okay.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Bumps into K for 3.
We are gazy. But you already knew that.
Yeah, kind of. Presumably they'll get revealed there.
Yes, sir.
So
you can see them with the guys that just shot.
Presumably, you can see him. And then if there's no shots against him, he will continue to J8 for 4.
J8 for 4, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that just can't be allowed to stand, can it?
What the heck? Rather rude.
Okay, now we still gotta remember ski boys. Ski boys are over there, and there's a bunch of them.
What? You know, always making these wild assumptions.
Ski boys are still out there in the world. A whole bunch of ski boys. So let's see, how far could they move? 1.5. They can CX, so they can whiz. They can whiz, man.
They can move 0
And they can
hexes.
pick up like 4 movement points and like fly around the world on their
That's
skis.
also a lie. Just can't believe all these things coming from the British player right now.
Yeah, we're fine. He's good.
No action.
Next
All right,
victim.
interesting, interesting. Um, hmm. I am going to. I'm going to have the stack in 07, assault move to N7. If I assault move, do I should retain concealment, yeah? If
Are
I'm
all of your guys ski units or only the one stack?
only the one stack in I2.
And they will lose concealment. Only your ski
Hmm.
guys have winter camouflage. Was winter
Right.
camo in the scenario description? I don't think
No,
so.
no. But I was just thinking
No.
because of the height advantage, if they'd keep it, but I guess not.
Oh, well, they're going to keep it there because they're out of line of sight. Yeah, because Alpine can't see through these hexes.
Yeah, like I wasn't worried about H5. It was more of anybody else. Because if I have height advantage on like say C3, because you're potentially looking through hindrance, right? Would I retain?
Yeah, no, wouldn't, because this is still an Alpine hill, so you can't see. You can see into but not through.
Right. Yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not worried about going to N6. Is the real question. Either way, I guess I could go through N6. That is a viable option. Yeah, you know what? I'll assault move to N6. Why not? Then
N6. That one will no,
because
no, no.
Alpine.
It's
Yeah.
all the same height. No matter what, we're not gonna be able to see him. Yep.
Yeah. Also, before I forget, I'm just gonna put a marker on this building. Yeah, very important questions here. I'm going to declare CX with the leader and squad in the back. They will go to N942.
N942.
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever. M10 for 2 or 3. Sorry.
M10 for 3. That's open ground, you say.
Potentially.
M10 for 3. M10 for 3. All right. Why not? The guy's all the way upstairs. Shoot their machine gun at you. 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's a 4 down 2. But can cower. Gross.
Oh, right. Yeah. 4 down 2, you say. Okay. So they will cower.
Horse cowers.
But it doesn't really matter.
At least it doesn't cower twice.
Wait, is it a 4? Oh, yeah, right, because you're counting the LMG, right?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's
Yeah.
a 2K?
Yeah. Because, of course. Alright, well, that's stupid. Nope, didn't get sniper. Clicked the wrong button, E2.
So we got... Where was that? M10?
M10, yep.
Come on, residual. Find a hex, will ya? Okay.
Alright, well, they're first fired. So I'm going to have the stack in M9 go to L8 for 1.
Okay.
K9 for 2.
K9 for 2.
Any shots?
Were you K9?
Yep. For 2 movement.
K9. I don't think, well, let's see, we're first fired, so I don't think we can shoot at him again.
Oh yeah, I guess because you can see J8.
Yeah, he's closer.
So I'll go to J9 for 3. Again, I think same problem for both guys.
Mm-hmm.
They will continue to I10 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will go into H9 for 6 and get an extra building. Or building hex, I should
H9
say.
for 6. So we could shoot H9, but we can't because we can't let your ski troops go berserko. So
Is that the
continue.
ruling? I don't know if that's the ruling. Okay, so what next? What next? Oh, well, if you don't want to shoot at them because of whatever shenanigans, I'll make it easy, I guess. Or easier. Stacking M2 is going to go to L1 for 1. They will continue into K1 for 3. You'll see the one concealed guy. Bypass J10 for 4.
Okay.
And then into I10 for 5.
Okay.
The one time that first fire principles are helping me out here, I think.
Yeah.
Gotta take advantage of it here.
Yeah, and my chicken shittedness with your gun.
I mean, I think it's still a valid concern. I wouldn't beat yourself up over that, to be honest.
And once I'm unconcealed and the death ray.
I mean, if I can hit, I think the range is what really kind of balances out the artillery's thing. Because, I mean, as we saw, like, I really need to roll low for initial shots to ever hit, and obviously that has not been successful. All right, I'm going to do the easier one here first, just so I don't forget. I'm going to bring my tank in. The roads aren't plowed, right?
Not plowed, correct.
Yeah, so I don't get any bonus for road movement. It's just 1 everywhere.
The ground snow, yeah.
Yeah, it's just ground snow, so I don't get any road bonus. All right, so I'm not gonna bother with CE. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Turn 14, 15 in motion. There, that was easy. Now. So going downhill with skis is what, +2 movement or whatever?
+2 per
Hex side.
elevation change.
Right. Oh, that is a very quizzical problem I have here. So I can see X with skis. So I could get 8 movements. One, two, three, 4. 4. All right, I'm gonna try and math this out here. We're gonna see how good my math is, and going into this blind. So I'm gonna CX the stack.
Okay.
So I will then go to H2 for 1. Nobody can see him. Yada yada. G2 for 2. I will then go uphill for 4. And I'm gonna get a counter here just so I don't label
Uphill for 4. So they're on level.
Because they go G2 to F2. That goes up a level. So it'd just be doubled because of snow. Because they don't pay the extras, right?
But Does the terrain? So F3, the
Oh, I'm in
hex
F2.
bind. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah,
F2. So you're behind the Alpine Hill. Yep.
yeah. And I have paid 4 movement points. Now I'm going to go downhill for 1, but I get 2 bonus, so I've spent 3. Is that correct?
Right. So you went. So they started in
I2.
I2, right? Right. So they went 1, 2,
4 up to F2.
uphill, uh, 5. Skiers pay 1 extra for going uphill.
You pay 1 extra for going uphill? I thought they didn't pay extra.
I believe skis, even not snow. I just think ski movement is one going uphill. Unless I'm misremembering that, which look who we're talking about.
I mean, it just says the only thing I could see, unless I see something else here, is just that they pay normal infantry movement entrance costs. You don't pay extra for snow or drift. Is there
Ski
anything
mode.
else here? Unless they
Skis on
put it in like a
skis,
different
ski,
location.
with skis. Right, blah 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 blah. Right, we know all about that. We know all about that.
Yeah, I don't see anything that says they pay 1 extra.
Right, all right. All the pertinent rules except as amended here. So they pay no extra movement points. Pay normal. However, nor can steer across cliffs.
Yeah, they can't James Bond it, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, normal. Oh, okay. My bad. Shut
Right.
me up.
So they've paid. They're at 3 movement points paid so far because of the bonus. Blah blah blah. They will then go to D3 for 1 down 2. So they go up. They pay 1. They get 2 bonus. So they'll be back
Right,
at
so
3.
they've expended 2 of their 8.
Correct. They then go to C4.
So for 3 of 8.
Oh, right. I didn't cross
Right.
it. Okay. Then I'm going to have one guy split off. One guy split off. You'll go to C5 for 4. I don't know if you can see him yet. Maybe 6.
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's only a level 1 hill.
He goes down to C6.
Right, so 4, 5.
Oh wait, hold on. Does road? I think you just don't get a road bonus, right? For roads.
No road bonus.
Yeah. Okay. Actually,
Right,
that's
so
not
4, 5, but then he picks up 2 more movement points, so he's on 3.
Yeah. And then he will obviously lose concealment there, no matter what.
Right.
Because of your guy in E6.
Yeah. And let's see, do we want to shoot that guy? We might want to shoot that guy.
468? You wouldn't dare.
I would dare.
What?
I'm telling you, I would.
Damn it.
In fact, we got to shoot him.
Okay.
We got to shoot him.
That's rude.
We got to put down the we got to put down the old resige and make the other guy go the long way.
Is that what
Longer
the kids?
way, I guess?
Is that what the kids are calling it?
Or flat? Or
It is a there is hindrance from the orchard, so that takes out the open ground, and then there is wall on top of that. So
right, but we're gonna grab the wall advantage there, which is just as good as the building.
you can't declare wall advantage if you entered the building. Like you can't if you're in the building, you can't retroactively take wall advantage. You'd have to declare that you were outside of the building.
I thought we could declare wall advantage when it became relevant. Oh, okay. Whatever, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure I had a friend. Well, friend. It depends on how you want to look at it in the moment. But I don't think you can claim advantage.
I use the term loosely.
Yeah, that's right. God, I forget. I'm forgetting his name all of a sudden for no reason. But Chris, yeah, Chris. You know who you are. You'll never watch this. Um, yeah. So
Right.
a unit may claim wall advantage at the same level wall hex if it is armed, unbroken ground level, which is not vehicle eligible to receive +1. Column on a bridge in a pillbox beneath an entrenchment in a location with non-hidden, non-enemy prisoners. Wait, what? I'm trying to make sense of this B9.32 here. Some of the last lines here. It says a unit claiming wall advantage is still considered occupying any obstacle terrain as it would if not claiming wall advantage for all purposes. So I guess like it says backfire or backblast, concealment terrain. Okay, so the 467 occupies 3T3 before the 447 moves adjacent. If the 467 first fires at the moving as the lenter
Yeah,
enters
no, so
G3.
you're right. So unit wall advantage la 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 can be done by a unit at 5 times. Attacker first, right? So uh, rally phase during its movement, advance fire. That was what I was misconstruing. When
Oh,
losing
okay.
hip status, whenever all enemy units lose or forfeit over shared walls, which you have not forfeited.
Okay. What's the is that like a play aid or something or where's that
That's in 9.322,
322? Okay, cool.
buried at the end of that paragraph
Okay.
in a hard to find place.
As one would assume.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Tan of the red during its movement.
Okay, so I
Gotcha.
cannot grab the wall. All right, so what
So
what
it'd
would this shot be?
be a +2 shot.
4 plus 2.
Yeah. Because of the wall
That's
being
kind of
+2, right?
yeah, that's kind of icky.
I don't know why I have that in my brain that if you share a wall, you get one less to a minimum of one. I don't know why I'm thinking that out there.
Well,
Hex side. I'll
we
see if I
seem
can
to have
find
made a
something.
tremendous mistake in our defensive planning here.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me see if this applies here. LOS. Blah 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 blah. Hex side. TEM. The TM of a wall is +2. Hedge is 1. Fire traced through a wall, hedge, hex side, or hex spine may be subject to a TM for that wall hedge if the target is in a location formed by that hex side, hex spine. If the LOS crosses the wall through a road depiction. Oh, okay. Sorry. That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. It's
Okay.
not down the wall, right?
Yeah, I was still thinking that +1 garbage, which I don't know where I got that from.
Yeah. So this shot,
So 4 up 2 potentially.
yeah, yeah. This is just terribly bad. I screwed this up. Should have moved out into the orchard in the wall. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll take the shot. Hopefully we don't cower.
In Gower, but +3. Said be a 1 residual.
Yeah, that's. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I flipped yours.
Okay, so that guy has 4 movement. I will go to C7 for 5,
Mm-hmm.
and then D7 for 6.
Okay.
No extra shots or anything.
Well, you still get the orchard in the wall, so. Nope.
All right. So my next group. So they're at 3, right? So they paid 1, 2, 4, 5 minus 2 to 3, 4 minus 2 to 2, and then 3 to get there.
Right.
The provisions of defensive fire protocols, I will go to B4 for 4, and then down 2 for going down a hex side. Oh, also, I forgot, I want to take the skis off that guy. Not bad. So B4, I have 2 of whatever. I will go to B5 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
B6 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
B7 for 5.
Mm-hmm.
B8 for 6.
Mm-hmm.
B9 for 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then B10 for 8, which I did not plan, but I'm actually surprised I made it there, so I will take it. And then they will all take their skis off. Also, I forgot, they are all lost concealment. Skis off, and skis off. Well, this is a coup at this point. I'm feeling great about that.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty stupid about that.
Honestly, it's such like skis. The way skis are, I would have made the same mistakes. I wouldn't feel stupid about it.
I actually knew you were able to do that because I play the Russians so much,
Oh,
and totally screwed up not being able to deny you the +2 there.
mm.
That unit should have went. It had all the movement in the world and could have just moved right there and didn't do it.
See, I figured you wouldn't have shot at that first guy. I was gonna split them all up anyways if you'd shot at if you hadn't shot at them, but at the very least I wouldn't have, an extra squad going to B10.
Yeah, and I mean, making this mistake that he couldn't deny you the wall advantage meant that shooting these guys was like a game losing mistake. So
Right. Well, we'll see. There's still plenty of time.
life goes on.
I've got 9 more CVP to lose, and boy howdy, I can get there.
Well, I don't know. Once you're 4.68 and a leader in that building, we don't have the firepower to dig them out.
Not that building, maybe, but either way. So that's it for all of my movement that I'm gonna do. I feel like that's all, anyways. So yeah, we'll go to defensive. Take off our residual.
Defensive. Okay. Well, I don't know that we have any shots. Right, we have nobody adjacent, so none of the first fired guys can shoot.
Okay. So advancing fire phase. I don't think I'll have any either. I could potentially do 5.5. You know what? The guys in I-10. Actually, is that 1, 2, 3, 4? Dang, that's doubled. Sure, 3.5 up 1 on the location with the 9-1. I don't know if I can even see it technically, but if I go up a level, I do. So that was 3.5 up 1. So 5 on 3.5. Normal morale check.
Okay, leader.
Dang it.
Squad.
Dang it. All right. Well, I tried. I think that'll be it for advancing fire. So we'll go with the blazes. They can only spread to J2 at this point. So upper, bottom. All right. Well,
Everything's burning.
yes. The answer is just yes. There is 1 on the upper floor. There's 1 on the bottom, or 2 on the bottom floor. They can't spread anywhere else. That is it for advanced fire phase. Routes, I do have 1. So the guy in I-1 will route back. Oh, there is a building in K10. I forgot about that. I'll go to K10. Why not? Oh, no, wait. Sorry, I can't. I have to stay in J10 unless they are adjacent. So I think I can go in there. I always forget about this whole, like, the direction. Like, if it's if it's continuation of a building or woods, you can stay, like you can keep moving in it, which I find is so weird.
Right, right. He could run through the woods, but
But
he can't run into the building.
uh, can he? Oh, I guess. Is that right? Because I always get that wrong.
Yeah, well, we don't want to go by my rules knowledge. It's
Hold on. Well,
bad
so
bad idea.
upon reaching a building's wood location not adjacent to a known enemy unit, a routing unit must stop and end its route phase in that building or woods location unless the unit can directly enter another building woods location in its next entered hex. And that's what really bugs me, because it says not necessarily the same building or continuous wood hex side, which means you can ignore the woods of J10 and go into K10. But it just, I don't know. I've never liked that rule, but apparently it's legal. So, yeah, that's it for my routes. I don't think there's any other routes. Nope. Advances. In the advance phase, I'm going to have the 2 units in M3 are going to go to M4. They will retain concealment because of hindrance from I4.
Okay.
The unit in K5 will go to J4, just getting closer. I will have the unit in J8 is going to go into I8 and claim the building. The guys in H9 will go to G9, claim another hex. The guys in I10 will not follow suit. They'll go to H10. Have blind hexes, which is nice. The stack in N6 will split into 2 and retain their concealment? Potentially? How do I want to split this? Yeah, okay. Let's do... Actually, you know what? Do I want to actually split them? Shoot, I was so confident I wanted to split them, and now I'm not sure. No, I will... I'm pretty sure I'll retain concealment. If I'm retaining concealment, they'll move to M7 there. Here's my caveat.
All right, let me string it. They will lose concealment.
All right. Well, then the first guy, I was gonna move the first guy's. Oops. Sorry. I was gonna move the mortar first, no matter what. And then MMGs. So MMGs go to N7. They won't be, but at this point, I've asked the concealment question too many times, and whatever. At this point, it's my loss. I should just figure it out. I'm going to have over in B10. So the leader, tough decision here. Leader and the squad with the LMG will, they'll drag their skis with them, I guess. But they'll go into C1, and the other guy will go to B1. I'll get 2 building hexes. And I think that's it for D7. D7 will go to C8. It's game end, not immediately upon getting 12 out of 20. That sucks. That's it for advances. Pretty sure I did everybody. No CC. We'll go to British turn 3.
Turn 3. The British have screwed up.
Some counters down here.
Wind change. Doink. Nope. Fire. Prep fire. Well, you gotta get lucky and start killing some duders, or we're screwed.
10, 11, 12, 13.
You got your mortar guy up on the hill. He's bait. He's just bait, though.
Sure, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I
5,
mean, he's a
6, 7, 8,
problem
9,
now.
10, 11,
You know,
12,
we know
13,
he can
14,
shoot at
15,
us.
10. That is true. I can start blasting away at those guys and hit the entire hex because of mortars.
Yep. And let's see, multi-location fire group doesn't get the -1, so that's problematic.
You might have to leave your building.
Maybe. Might have to. You know what I'm saying? We might have to do exactly that. All right. What do you got? Building, shooter. All right, the guys upstairs, all the way upstairs, will shoot a 4 flat at that guy.
Okay.
Nope. Guys with the leader, please prep fire, go where I'm telling you to go. We'll shoot at that guy. That'll
Okay.
be a 6 up 1.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They don't cower, but they don't get rate and they miss. So, okay, that was a complete waste of time. Is anybody else going to shoot? What are these guys going to do?
You wouldn't dare.
I would. I would dare that. I would, yeah. All right. So we got
2 squads and a
9.
hero. 10.
What do we got?
It's a
10.
10 flat.
And flat at that cat.
Yeah, pretty sure it's 10 flat.
Come on, hero. Prove your worth. Come on, guys.
Well, it's be a normal morale check no matter what. And okay.
Yeah, but you roll 5s. So
Yeah,
automatic.
I don't. For some reason, I play you. I roll great on morale checks. I play Rootin. I do terribly on morale checks. I have to investigate Dicebot again.
You know what I'm saying? You roll 5s. It's problematic, man.
Very much so. I agree.
All right, that's it for prep movement.
That is it for prep movement. Oh, sorry. We completely skipped rally stuff.
Oh, rally phase. Yeah.
Sorry, and I forgot. This guy doesn't rally. Crew. All right. Solves that problem.
Solves that problem. Yes. We're up to 5. We're moving, man. We're moving.
Yeah, not good.
All right. C3. Assault move.
Sure, you can assault him if you want.
I won. I did.
Yeah, you're good.
Assault move.
Sure.
One, 2.
As you get there, do I? I'm gonna string it for concealment loss.
Okay.
So the guy in N7 spots him.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Reveal your secrets. What are you hiding? 447.
Second line.
Range is 10. I can't shoot with the squad, so it's a 5 up 3 down 1, so up 2. 9 on 5 is nothing as far as I'm aware. And then I will leave.
That was 1, 2. 3.
Sure.
Gross. Assault move.
I will take that shot since I don't think. Actually, no, you're assault moving. You're good. I don't think there's.
Right. That's everybody. I ran out of guys.
That's it. That's not true. You have one more guy. Um, you have at least one more guy, anyways. Uh, I am going to go hog wild on defensive fire here, especially to avenge the loss of my crew. Um, so first things first, the squad over in B1 is going to shoot 4 up 3. Nope. I will then have the stack in C1 make a similar shot. It's a 3.5 up 2. Nope. I don't think they'll be able to see him. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to see him, so I'm not going to bother with that guy. The guys in C8 are going to shoot at your guy, so it's a 4 up 3. Pin test check.
Trying to pin me, bro.
Stack in G9 is going to shoot at the location with the leader. So it's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 up 2. Pin task check.
Leader and squad.
They're fine. I'll make the same shot from I8. So 4 up 2. Nope. Mortar is going to take a shot at your guys in H3. Should be down the spine. Yep. Okay. What a time. What a time to get that one. Wow. Okay. So it doubles 50 to 12. And then you reverse positive to negative.
Correct.
And it's a +2. So it goes down to a 2 KIA.
Okay. And we can concede the game there.
Yeah, wow. Huh.
Yeah. Nice shot.
Thank
Them little
you.
mortars, man. They do it all the time.
I find it so you never get it with the 50 millimeters, you know? I'm surprised. Do you want to just roll the allied sand? I want to see if maybe you get at least some. Oh, just be a pin. That sucks.
Yeah, it's nothing.
They would most likely just.
Direction, distance, right?
Yeah, if I
5,
say
6.
yeah, it's just pin like this guy. No,
Yeah, he's the close one.
yeah, good game. I honestly I don't think your setup was anything to be too negative about. I think if anything, and this is just me because I'm super aggressive on defense, or at least I find myself to be more aggressive than most people. Probably could have had more guys posted up like closer.
Yeah, think I think I played this a little too Russian in my brain.
Like too worried that they'll break
little
and stuff.
little too fire and fall back. I should have been more in your face to take advantage of some open ground.
Because I think
Especially with the CVP cap, that probably would have made more sense. So strategic mistake. Like I was planning to fall back to I, behind
right.
row I, and then just go Alamo mode. But the real, I mean, allowing this was, I set this entire
Thing to prevent that.
basically
Right.
platoon plus of infantry just to prevent that move, and then didn't prevent the move.
Right. Yeah, like I think outside of maybe having a few more guys forward, like I get being worried about the infantry gun, but I do think at the very least when you're in concealment, when you start concealed, the German has to roll really well. You don't get rate of fire. So there are like limitations to what you can do. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I might have been a little too concerned about the gun.
I think like having a squad in M4 to me feels like it would have made a lot of sense. Um, or O3 because you can set up an O3. That was one building I forgot to count. So I was gonna have if the game had gone longer and I'd had like 19, I was just gonna have the half squad drop the mortar CX and then go get it
Oh, right.
because it would cost me 6 to get to O4 and then advance, so I'd still get it in a
In
turn.
advanced stage, yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I think the only thing I would really have changed honestly is just when you all the guys back here, I would have had them further up. It makes
Yeah.
it makes retreating harder, obviously, but yeah, why not take advantage of it? All the open ground because the open ground is really in this area.
In that
Um,
area, yeah. Yeah.
like when I was running guys in like Q10, Q1, P9, all that stuff, and these guys weren't shooting, I thought that was a guarantee that if you had them at higher levels, um, they were just gonna start blasting. Because I don't think I can see these guys with the gun. If I string it,
No, no, you can't from there. Yeah, that's the reason they're there. You know,
yeah,
if you didn't push hard for the flank, then yeah, they can interdict a lot of movement in here.
yeah, because you can't spot them. You like the ski troops unless you wait up north an extra turn or whatever. The ski troops take at least some time to get to this problematic area, right? So,
Yeah.
um,
Yep.
yeah, what's the I'm curious as I often am with these ones. What's the balance for this one? What Tretten in Flames? What have people been getting on this one? German favored. Okay, it's way more favored in the archive than it is on Roar. 72 to 50.
Hmm.
What's the balance? I mean, it doesn't I yeah, I wonder how much of it is a setup thing. The blaze is kind of weird. Um would you have picked a different hex? Is there anything you think would be more?
I forget what. Let me look again. What was
It's
the condition? It was within 2 hexes or
three
three
hexes.
hexes of
Yeah,
K10,
yeah,
right?
three hexes K10. So you do have, and it's a building hex you have to pick, right? I
Right. So
think, yeah,
you could go there.
yeah. So M2, I thought about it, but the reason I didn't pick it was because I wanted the smoke to become a problem later on, right?
Right.
Because at least with it being there, it prevents like this K2 can see a lot of this road, right? So blazing
Yes.
it means you
Yeah. When you
prevent.
picked K2, that did affect my setup. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Um, M2 again, I wouldn't mind picking it, but I would be worried that not moving fast enough, I would start losing these hexes, and it doesn't
Right. Yeah. If
solve
you
the
get unlucky
problem.
with the rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't solve the problem of this building, because like this building is nice to have to assault into here, but to get into this building, if you have to
Right.
go around this one, that's a real issue. Um, I was when I look at the there's a map on the archive that lists all of the other hexes there. I think the only other one I could consider or think about considering is like maybe K8 or I8,
Mm.
specifically because it would mess with the line of sight on this guy. Like that building would then have smoke to shoot through, right?
Yeah. And it.
So,
Yeah. Because that position is to cut like where I was setting the Alamo line.
mm. Was there oh I wonder because you can't fire lane from that hex, right, on ground floor because of all the. It's not like a
No, yeah,
straight
no, you
line.
can't. You can't. Yeah. And if
Mm,
if you tried to fire lane from the ground floor, the hedge would
yeah,
block your line of sight.
yeah. It's not really. Can I see IH from the gun? You can. Dang. I was gonna say, oh, LMG maybe, and you fire lane up this road would be
Yeah, I
nice.
thought of yeah, yeah. I was you. That's but that's you just drop bombs on it every turn until you rolled low,
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, and they
and you
don't
could just
have.
drop smoke right there, right?
Yeah, I mean, you still have to roll for it, but I definitely agree. Um,
Yeah,
and
that's
your
why I tucked
ATR
the
was
machine
up
gun nest
top
in
too.
the area where like you can't smoke in here, you know.
Yeah, I think
And
the
specifically, you know, I wanted to interdict the end around with some
mhm.
ski troops, and then ended up not doing it anyway. But
Yeah, and when I saw the ATR up here, I was gonna move the tank here, and then just block out these two guys because
yeah, that was
LMGs.
the other thing is the ATR. Like, I wasn't sure where to put it.
Mm,
I had it over here. I had it over here. I had it back here, like in a, you know, just leave it concealed so that you don't find out where it is right away.
right, right. Yeah, there's no. I don't feel like it's a very easy question to ask because the tank comes in on turn 3. You're going to be using
Right,
the
right.
road. I feel like no matter what, but if you have smoke or somehow you break these guys, having them on the upper level is nice because you could plink away at the tank. And I,
Yeah.
if anything, that's what I would use it for. But outside of that, yeah, it's not ideal.
No, and only one. You know, it's not like you have an ATR and a Piat. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
a little more flexibility. Yeah.
Balance for this scenario is reduce the game length by half a turn, so the Germans don't get their final turn 6, which I could see. I don't think that's too
Yeah. Yeah.
punishing, especially since
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
right. I mean, if I didn't allow the end around,
Hmm.
right, you'd be on 10 or 11, and then of course you drop the critical hit there, which just, you know,
Yeah.
the entire defense is going to collapse now. But
Yeah, because the guys are already moving away, so my turn, I get into those two buildings at least, and then G4 afterwards, and
yeah, I mean, you're going to take the. I mean, he will obviously go there to try to, you know, hold the line a little bit, but
yeah, and then H10 just being there, you know,
yep.
5.5 up one. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
No.
enough that I really can't
Y-
do much. And again, one lucky shot, and you
Yeah,
know,
like
all these fall in one turn.
yeah, like at this point, any breaks up here, because you only have you have well 3 leaders, but 6-1. Where's the
Six six up one is back here hiding somewhere. Yeah.
oh, he's in F2.
No, no, that's the 7-0.
Oh, that's a
The
7-0.
six up one is
This guy.
yeah, it's not him.
Oh,
It's yeah, he's hiding. That's
yeah.
that
Okay.
guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, you know, just keep him out of the friggin' way.
Honestly, I would probably that's a sacrificial lamb. Like you go into O10 concealed, and if the Germans want to
Right.
shoot 150 millimeters at you, good riddance.
That's right. Yeah, I put dummies there because I was like, well, that's one turn you don't get to use your gun because you're going to shoot at them
Right.
and
Right.
they're not real.
I think like the way I would have looked at it is depending on the hex and blah 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 and attack planes and whatever, but having a 6-1 concealed just to bounce, because once you get bounced, that's it. Your movement's done, and
Right.
and if you have some guys on Overwatch,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's like
exactly.
it's like you
Then you're
get too
stuck.
confident at running into concealment counters, and next thing you know, 6-1 ruins your day.
Yeah, I think my idea was fine in this scenario, but my execution was crap. So
Hmm.
that happens.
Well, yeah. In any case, not that because I don't want to harp on it too much. I think we all. I think once the dice get rolling, then you realize where exactly your plan falls apart.
Yeah, and I think it was a big mistake to have dummies behind dummies.
Hmm.
That was a big mistake.
It did slow me down a bit, so I don't think it was a wasted thing, but um, I think, yeah, like when K8 didn't do anything for a couple turns, it was like, okay, well, I know those guys are fake, so I can take the chance of running into L8 K8, and because
Right,
it
exactly. Yeah, like if they were going to be a dummy, they had to be real.
Right, like,
because
and
I left a big hole in my defense there, and then that forced me to shoot these guys, and then that permitted this.
well, so K8 being dummies meant I could run into it with L8 and not worry, because if they're real, then cool, I found a guy, but you can't take advantage of shooting here into L8 because it's a blind hex from K8,
But it's a blind X,
right?
exactly
So
right.
that's why I wasn't too worried about that one, but yeah, any case, um, good game nonetheless. Let's see.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, this wasn't nearly as imbalanced as I think the last couple three we played.
Yeah, especially the last one. The last one. Oh, I played that railroad one where the Germans have to be unbroken within, adjacent to a road and stuff. Um,
The four Norwegian heavy machine guns.
no, no, no. The one with the Germans in. I feel like I sent it to you. On the Swedish border, or sorry, it was a Norway and half, but it was very similar.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. We looked at that one. Yeah.
The crazy building, the when you if you scroll up in our chat there, the one with the railroad that crosses all the way down on the green map. I played that one. That one's also a disaster for the Norwegians. I don't know how you win that one. It is not fair and not fun. um
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. We looked at that one and we were like,
no way.
ew.
Yeah, just get that away from me. Burn it. All right, so I guess I'll end the stream just because we'll talk shop about next scenarios, but we're still at the we're basically reaching the end here. We've got some official ones, some Doom Battalion stuff, Action Pack 15 with the volunteers, some Journal on all fronts, Recon by fire, and whatever. So there's a good selection, but we are very very close to jumping into Belgium and the Netherlands and all that shenanigans. So we'll have some very important decisions on whether or not we want to jump into a campaign game or anything, and figure that out from there. So for the stream, thank you for watching as always. Hopefully Rutan will feel better since he's still feeling unwell. Hopefully they'll feel better by Saturday, and we'll get a team game or a game as we usually do. Otherwise, it'll be a solo night. But until then, have a lovely week. Bye.